In this video, I hope to expose an unfortunate reality within my case. Gwendolyn Henderson, my coordinator, had lied to me throughout the process about what evidence had been submitted, and there's huge bias with that she has demonstrated throughout this process. So, first of all, um, she claims, so I told her that I use what website I use to get some of my sources, and she told me in this email right here, and I told her that my TA had verified my sources and actually looked at the website, and she approved of it and said it was fine. And you also saw that in the recording that she also acknowledged it. Over here, as you can see right here, this is the email. So she sent the email on July 11th at 3:08 p.m. Here's the specific here's a specific advice. Oh, sorry, here's a specific statement she made. She said, I received an email from the TA advising that she did not provide approval for you to use the wiki site. She stated that she had advised you on the format of the citations and stated that the format seemed correct. Also in our discussion. Okay, so basically what she's saying here mainly is that I received an email advising she did not provide you with approval to use the wiki site. Keep this date in mind, 7-11, July 11th. Keep that in mind. And so then when I asked Gwendolyn Henderson to forward me the email, she forwarded it right here. OSI case follow-up. Should be somewhere right there. I remember I asked her for the email. It's right here. Up here it is. Okay, so on what the heck? So I remember when I spoke to her, so she emailed Ramyani on so Ramyani emailed her on July 11th at 12:02 a.m. So that was prior to Gwendolyn Henderson's response to me. So based off of this, she says, sorry for the delay in my response. I was on vacation. I do remember having a conversation in which he was asked to see his references looked okay. I told him that the format seemed correct, but didn't verify or double check his evidences. She never mentioned anything about not providing me approval to use that site. Gwendolyn Henderson made that up about so in her email, Gwendolyn Henderson claimed that Ramyani stated that I did not have approval to use that site. Then when I spoke with her and I asked her to forward me the email, she forwarded it to me, and the email said something completely different. In other words, she was lying to me about evidence that these charges are based upon because my TA never said that she never approved that. Then to cover up her tracks, what she did was so when I asked her for it for the copy of the email, here's what she so this is what she stated. Okay. So then later on that evening, now remember, we kept that date in mind, right? Because I remember I called her out on it. Where was it? Okay. So this was sent on July 11th at 3:08 p.m. At 3:08 p.m. right here. July 11th at 3:08 p.m. Remember that. And she claimed that she received an email from the TA advising that she did not provide me with approval to use that wiki site. All right. Then what happened was over here. Over here, remember July 11th at 3:08 p.m. Over here, she said, sorry for the delay in the response. I was on vacation. This is on July 11th at 12:02 a.m. So this was the email that she was referring to in that email, right? I called her out on her not on her making that up. Then she decides, you know what, I'm gonna send her another email after I called her out on it, saying, thank you for your response. Did you advise him that using opencaselist.com? That was one of the websites that I got my sources from. And Ramyani said no. But notice that this was sent at July 11th, 2023 at 7:57 p.m., which was after Gwendolyn had told me that Ramyani did not provide me with approval. How did she know that Ramyani did not provide me with approval if she received that information 4 hours into the future? She would have to look ahead 4 hours into the future, because at 3:08 p.m. on this day, she stated that Ramyani said that she never gave me that advice. Then 4 hours later, and then when I called her out and said, no, that email says something completely different, then she talks to Ramyani and says, hey, did you provide him with approval? And this was 4 hours afterwards. And she did, because she verified and checked all my sources. So clearly Gwendolyn Henderson was lying to me about evidence. Then we go over here to the decision. So after the decision, prior to the decision, I asked her, hey, can you send me all of the evidence? And so I even told her that, where was it? So I even asked her, so this is on July 12th at 8:30 a.m. I even told her that, hey, can I, would it be possible for me to get her testimony? I wanted to call a witness, which is my right according to the Georgia Tech Student Conduct Code. And this was done prior to releasing this decision, because it was done on July 12th at 8:30 a.m. She released the decision at 11:34 a.m. on that day. Then what I did was, then I asked her for her evidence. And she said that, so then what I did was I asked her, I said, okay, can you send me the evidence, for the case? Then she just released the decision. And afterwards, she sent me all the responses. So she sent me all the information based on the charges after she released the decision right here, as you can see. I'm gonna go to part 2 for this.